Hey everyone, welcome to your final week reading for the month of September 2022. I can't believe we've made it, but here we are, and I'm kind of excited. In the background, I have playing some beautiful music by an amazing artist named Cyndi Locher, or Locher, Locher, Locher. If you are interested in her music, go ahead and find her on YouTube. And I love to sample her music and use it. She makes royalty-free music, so if you have any YouTube videos or any kind of social media that you're posting and you'd like to get some fresh, new, amazing music and do so legally, well, you can check her page out on YouTube. Let me see, her page I believe is called The Relaxation Works. It's actually called Cyndi Locher, Cyndi Locher hyphen The Relaxation Works. And send her a little love. She's going through a really tough time right now, and God is good. And yeah, so are we. So let's jump right in. I cannot believe whatever this card is. Go ahead. You're bumbling to get out. Can't believe we're towards the end of September already. Go ahead. Looks like they want to do a Celtic cross. Guys, if you notice, I don't do spreads on my channel. I don't know if does anyone notice anything? I don't usually do a spread, but look at the way that just came out. I could feel that the cards would like to arrange themselves, which is what I usually like them to do. Arrange themselves into a spread. Look at these twin energies. A little nod to Gemini there for some reason. Let me see. Okay. I just heard someone ask, why don't you do spreads? Good question. I swear someone asked me that. I don't tend to do spreads just because I go with the flow, and I like to let the energies present themselves as they prefer to be. You have to understand, guys, cards, we don't need cards, we don't need tools. I could just read without it, so can all of you. But I do love to use cards because it's like they just add a little something to it, and then you can just feel different energies. They just work through different energies. And also I'm not strict with the card readings, because I'm not strict with what card comes up, because again, we don't need the card, we just sense the energy off of the card. And so sometimes a card with known for a completely opposite meaning will come out with a certain meaning. I always go with the energy, believing that the energy chose this card for a reason. So that's kind of just part of how I work with cards. So let's see what's going on. Definitely getting some crown energy. So maybe we're going to have to do an energy healing session soon. Oh, that's for somebody. Somebody needs an energy healing session with me. I guess you know who you are, maybe not. But I was also saying we might do a free energy healing session. Sometimes I do those energy videos. I'm feeling that might be the case. Oh, gosh. I wonder if that's all the way around Halloween. But anyway, let's jump right in. At the bottom of the deck, karma. Oh, and the world. Yes. Thank you. I actually had my eyes closed, rolling them infinitely inside of my eyelids. Didn't see that it slipped up. Yeah, the karma, the world, and whatever this is. See, I always follow the energies and go with what they want. Four of Wands, not yet here, whatever it is, but Four of Wands gives us these amazing energies. It's like, happy marriage, happy life, happy everything. Happy world. That's that energy. Not quite here yet. I'm getting Michelin tires for some reason for somebody. Somebody tires are coming into the message here for you. So that will help you to identify that they're talking to you also. But they're talking to a few people here. But I just wanted to get your attention. It doesn't have to be Michelin, but I just felt Michelin as well. So karma, the world, definitely wrapping up some stuff. I do see two more entries that want to come in. I got to poke them out. It's like Jenga. Okay. Without moving the rest. What is this card? Oh, no. There it is. King of Pentacles, and the other one, oh my gosh, so slight. Ah, Jenga. Look, Ma, surgery, yeah. I'm doing it. All right, I lost the King of Pentacles, but we saw him come out. He's in here somewhere. Oh gosh, come on. No, not King of Wands. King of Pentacles, there he is. You saw that King of Wands try to pop in? Like, who dat? All right, listen, we're not playing, okay? See, this is what's happening. There are energies needing to come forth, and then we have these other energies that just keep coming in, but they're different energies. And it's interesting. This is how the cards work. I don't know why I'm teaching you guys how I read. I feel like somebody here wants to know, so I'm just giving a little bit here. But I was just praying. I was like, Spirit, I know I'm doing too much with certain things, and I know that I have to cull certain energies, but I can't differentiate what's mine and what's not mine in my field, so please help me. And this is exactly what's happening. You see what just happened? The King of Pentacles, I got it, and then he got a little lost in the shuffle. Get it? And then when I thought it was him, I moved it up. It was the King of Wands. Totally different energy. They're both kings. They seem similar, but we know what's up. So discernment is very important. And speaking of discernment, here's the Sun card, illumination. So thank you, Spirit. They're going to be helping, right? Yeah, I love it. Okay, 10 of Pentacles, pretty strong. Something here is pretty strong. The question is, what would you like to be strong? Because the 10 of Pentacles is a very firm foundation. Would you like the 4 of Wands? Happy, great, emotional fulfillment, all types of fulfillments. Would you like that to be the strong one? Would you like the King of Wands, interfering energy, to be the strong one? Would you like karma to be the strong one? Whatever it is, that's what you want to work with. Look at the 3 of Swords right on top of the 10 of Pentacles, telling me that sadness is a huge factor right now. So remember, when we carry grief around with us, when we carry sadness, I do feel it's connected to a lot of disappointment. Somebody here is very disappointed. No, I'm sorry, I'm not calling you disappointment. Somebody here is but I think you heard that. I think somebody here heard that because you're carrying a feeling like, I am a disappointment in my business. So you're doing some type of business or something, and you have the feeling that you're a disappointment. But what I was also going to say is, somebody here is feeling disappointed about their business. Underneath, they feel like they're a disappointment, okay? But Spirit is saying, when you feel these things, you're just drawing it towards you. Now, we know that what you are and what you feel inside, energies you have active inside, is just creating a flavored magnet. You are a magnet. The question is, what flavors are you carrying? And these are the energies, and they magnetize and draw into existence events, life circumstances. This person to be your checkout boy instead of that person, right? You see, that's how that works. But the problem is, a lot of people either don't realize or they have forgotten that you're always magnetizing things. The thing is, you at the conscious level forgot that. And then because you've forgotten that, you've also forgotten that the things that come toward you may seem like they're not coming because of something that's in your energy field, simply because you're not aware of what's in your energy field. So when somebody comes at you a certain way, or you have a certain life event, or you experience something, you're just like, wait, what? This came out of the blue. I've never dealt with something like this. I've never dealt with somebody like this. And then when we're looking right into your energy field, oh no, that's been here for the last 4 or 5 lifetimes, or oh no, that was from that time when you were living in Mongolia, or hey, no, you were feeling this way just this lifetime around age 18 to 23. You forgot? Oh yeah, I guess so. These energies are still there, and so we're working through them. A lot of times we disown them, we push them to the side. A lot of times they're karmic. So please understand that what's happening is that you, on some level of your field, which may or may not be conscious to you at the conscious level, okay? Last thing to know is always the conscious mind. You are pulling these things. You are manifesting. You are populating your entire world. And I know it's like, what? And just we'll leave it at that. But anyway, let's jump into right here. So Spirit is saying, start observing, and they've been saying, start observing what's going on in your world. pray for greater understanding and allow yourself to be open and flexible to where spirit directs you. Please, if you're in a certain limited kind of thinking, whether it's a certain faith or a certain ideology or a certain creed, or I don't know, whatever, be mindful that you are limiting yourself. So you want to be open and flexible and allow yourself to be led to, whatever is in your highest interests. And that's why we treat each other as we would like to be treated, or treat each other as we would like our mother or best friend or dog to be treated, because sometimes we don't treat ourselves very well, right? Also, make sure that you try your best not to burn bridges, because you never know where you're going to end right back up. And I'm telling you, a lot of you guys right now are dealing with people that are giving you a little stress in this lifetime. You're dealing, and people are giving you good stuff and really treating you well. Guess what? This isn't your first rodeo. So today you're reaping what you had sown a long time ago. It really does come back, because you're just populating your world with everything. So let's go. Oh no, they're sending me here. Okay, they're like, do not touch. Okay. Oh, just this card? Okay, well. Okay. The bird's nest. Oh gosh, why? I just got a feeling. What does that mean? What did I just get from that? Oh, it kind of has a, you know what it is? It's eating right now. Thank you. Ow, they just pinched me. Ouch. Why? Did someone else just get pinched? If so, hey, your grandma says hi, is what I'm getting. Or maybe that was my grandma too. Anyway, hi. You're eating right now, okay? The question is, what are you eating? Some of us are eating crow. Some of us are eating humble pie, same thing. Some of us are eating, ambrosia, food for the gods. So right now, a lot of us are getting right back to us what it is that we put out. That's technically what's always happening in a sense. You just forgot. But because that is the case, that's why Spirit is saying, hey, see that cute little butterfly? While this mom bird holds this worm, she always has a really repulsed and disgusted face when I see her. So it's almost like she's feeding these kids, but she doesn't want to, or in this reading, she looks like she's eating this worm and she doesn't want to. But Spirit is saying that you have to understand, see the butterfly, it signifies that there's something of value to be had from this. They're saying yes, it's a firm yes. Is someone thinking this? But it's a firm yes that some of you are being made to experience the same effects that you put out there to someone else. Could be from this lifetime, could be another lifetime. But some of you, if you're like, dude, I'm going through it right now, is there a rhyme? Is there a reason? For some of you, it is yes. It's karma. Karma is not to punish, it's to create balance, it's to enlighten, it's to offer you insight. It's creating balance because your soul would like to, for whatever reasons, we don't need to understand why if we're so perfect, we don't understand. We don't need to understand right now, but your soul is choosing to have this experience in order to create balance for itself. Okay, I'm also seeing some warning signals here. Oh, they said to jump right to this card. Okay, grief. Thanks. For a lot of you here, actually everyone carries a certain amount of grief. Remember, grief doesn't only come from when you lose a loved one. Grief comes from the sense of loss or the sense of sadness, deep sadness about many things. And sometimes, actually a lot of times, they are carried from different lifetimes all the way here because they haven't been resolved. Some of you may even have tattoos that relate to your grief straight up, and you may not know, but then I see it and I'm like, oh, this is from this lifetime, or that's from this lifetime. For someone here, you know who you are if you worked with me before. Oh, no pun intended, for reals, it's you. If you have no names, if you have a tattoo on your chest from another lifetime, and I told you that, Spirit is kind of giving you, now they're talking little personal reading. I'd be interested to know if you watch this reading, by the way. Spirit is saying that you have have cleared that. You're clearing that energy, which is a blessing. It's also going to bring you a lot of good luck in your life because you have manifested a partner who's more in line with your strengths and your values, is what Spirit is saying. And you've been able to put the past, and they're saying her, and you know who it is, behind you. And this is a good thing. They're saying it's for your health and well-being. I would agree. And just as this person that I'm reading for, guys, when we clear the grief that we carry, and notice this is in the near future, so this is a good energy for this person and for a lot of you guys. But when we clear the grief, what we're doing is we're clearing a whole blockage. Now you may wonder, but Janelle Bean, how do we clear grief? It's so much. And you're right. And it does take time, and it does take Spirit's effort, and it does take your effort as well. It's just a combination. It takes feeling it. It takes, it takes steps. Again, like I was just talking to this person. This person is carrying grief from other lifetimes. Who knows how long those lifetimes were, right? And so it does take time. But I do want you to know that what happens is a perception shift occurs, a change in perspective occurs. And that change in perspective can just be as simple as one day you just wake up and you're like, I get it. They're in a good place, right? Or I get it. It was always about the love, or something like this. These are what you arrive at. It's the journey that is so challenging at times. And a lot of it has to do with your sense of self-worth, has to do with your sense of believing that you're provided for, your ability to trust in something higher. It goes into a lot, right? And so, a lot goes into it. Sorry. And so, you have to be mindful. Now, I do want to open it up to everyone. They're giving me a little bit of a shift here. The warning that came through earlier is to avoid, and maybe I kind of don't want to say it's for the same person. I want to say it's for the same person, but they're warding me away from saying that, so we're not going to. But for everyone, there's a little bit of a warning here not to go back into the behavioral patterns that you had before. Okay, they're like, we're just gonna leave it at that. They're like, cut it off. So that was a little bit of a gift, because you've been getting warnings. You know who you are. You and everybody, I guess. You've been getting warnings. Don't go back into what you had before, because you've cleared something major. You guys, sometimes, human beings are complacent. Sometimes we're there's the Four of Wands. Yeah, we're complacent. We get something so amazing, so great. And if we're not careful, that part of us that, it gets a little antsy. It gets a little, dare I say it, bored, whatever. And it starts to kind of want to come out and play. We have to be vigilant and remember, with gratitude and grace and mercy and humility and compassion and all of that. Did I mention gratitude? We have to remember what we went through to get to this good place. And we want to try to avoid slipping back into behaviors that will just cause us harm because we're bored or just whatever. Okay, so anyway, keep a good thing going. I almost said keep a good thing going, brother. You know what's up. Here's the Moon card. I want to tell this person, see the girl on here, I want to tell her, just keep going. You're walking through the forest, you're just in shadow. Look, the karmic moon is out. Just you're in shadow, the moon's out. Just keep walking. It's going to pass, and that's it. But look, she's standing. She's like, am I hearing something? What am I getting? Guys, don't get caught up. We're getting serenaded. There's always going to be temptation. There are always going to be frequencies about that resonate with certain frequencies in our field. But remember, the frequency that you feed, the dragon that you feed, is going to be the one that lives. We all have parts of us while we're down here on earth that are at different frequencies, and you may be parts of you are high frequency, high vibration, and very positive, and all for your health and well-being. And then you've got those other parts that really well, there is no limit there, but whichever one is more active, you will feel it, because it will pull you in one direction or the other. Sometimes it just pulls you in one direction, and then yay, and then great, at least you're hitting that down escalator, you're going up, right? When it comes to engaging in activities of low vibration or high vibration. But more often than not, we tend to be in this, which way do I go? I really want to do this, but I really want to do that. And, and so it becomes this battle of the wills within. And so you really want to be mindful at this time when so many energies are out and vying for you. And it doesn't matter what the energies are. It's just that those energies that tap into energies you already have within you. If you're still not as committed to staying on a certain track towards your health and well-being, you can get pulled off. So watch that. They're pulling me right here. Let's see what's around you right now. In your environment, you've got, you're moving forward. That's good. 6 of Swords. I see you moving forward towards something better. Keep going. Some of you I'm seeing are wishing for partnership here. But you see, how can you have partnership in this cute little boat if you've got all these swords in there? You have to take the swords out so someone can fit in this boat. I don't know why that just seemed so logical to me for like 1 second. For 1 second, it was like, boop. It seemed so logical. Everything got quiet. I didn't hear any of your energies like saying something. The guides weren't talking. It was just like, okay, that made sense. That made sense. And so that's where we're going. Speaking of sense, we have this Page of Pentacles giving you this Ace of Coins. Now, I'm not saying she looks like me, but she's kind of giving me a Janellian vibe in this reading. So we're here giving you this information. The question is, you know what? The guides are so sweet. You know what they're doing? They're giving you a placeholder, they're saying. So I know this. So listen to this, what they're saying. I know that you can't have the person that you want in the boat with you right now. I don't know why they're saying this, but as they're saying it this way, please, if it's triggering anybody into thinking about somebody in particular or something, they're just, go ahead. It's coming up. We're doing some energy medicine right now in case you're like, what are you doing? It's going to come up and you're going to think about a certain person. They're just going to rub it out of you, okay? Rub it out of your heart or mind or whatever. And love will stay if there's anything there, and the toxic energy will leave, okay? So what they're saying is, oh, you saw what just happened? You saw the cards just flipped apart. Yeah, rewind that. That they just got it out as we blew out, okay? Okay, and now I can't even remember what they were saying. Okay, I remember. They were saying, they're like, it's not needed. They were just saying they were going to give you a placeholder for a second, but it's almost like the energy is gone. We don't even need to talk about it because they needed to separate something there, okay? That makes total sense for me. It applies to me. Maybe it applies to anybody else. So, because whatever they said carried a certain frequency, and for some of you here it would have triggered a certain thought or certain energy to come forward. I don't know if you were aware of it, right? But then they, since it came up and it was activated, they were able to cut those cords for you, okay? All right. They're like, don't touch that, okay? All right, thank you. So now we can move the Karma card. Wow, I love when they come through and they help us out with these energies, get these energy healings going. Guys, I love it. Come one, come all. Let's do this. Literally doing my favorite job ever. Channeling and healing. Like Ace of Swords, divine. Oh, I just heard them say divine companionship is coming. Divine companionship is coming for, a few of you here. Now, see, I also at the bottom of the deck have this 5 of Pentacles. It's interesting because it's the way they did it. It's like magician. At the bottom of the deck, I have this 5 of Pentacles. That's kind of the way it felt. And then here it is. Zing. But I have the Ace of Swords here. And in case you guys don't remember or don't know, the 5 of Pentacles comes, it's always like this, well, not always, but in this deck, it's this straggly looking Christmas tree. I mean, like Peanuts Christmas tree-esque kind of look. And it's got these 5 gold coins on it. And it's in the middle of winter. We've got this broken little flower there. The 5 of Pentacles talks about low self-worth. It talks about poverty consciousness. It talks about paucity. it talks about lack. See, I can't even talk saying it. It talks about lack. That shows us it's also coming through in somebody's throat chakra here. A lot of you are struggling to communicate in ways, I'm getting a desire, such a desire to connect, but almost an inability, a belief, right? These are all beliefs, they're false beliefs, but an inability to actually feel like you can have anything of value to say to anybody at all. And you have to understand that you carry that vibration of lack, and your bias is that you believe you have nothing of value to say or to do or to offer. And so guess what? Your energy flows out and creates that lens upon the world, and it mingles with the world, the energy around you, and it activates in others that same thing. So you're just calling people in to prove you right, because why? You are a manifester. You're always manifesting that which you believe, but you have forgotten or you haven't identified that you hold that belief. And so that's why when we do our inner work and we enlighten ourselves, all you're doing is becoming aware of what you are doing and being on the inside. What you're believing will cycle down your energetic field and populate your desires, populate your thoughts, populate your emotions, populate your knee-jerk reactions, and lead you to act out in the world and create karma. So when Buddha said, God bless, look, I wasn't there, but when Buddha said, leave the world and enlighten yourself and get out of this suffering and blah, 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 all that is just, hey, wake up, look at what you're doing, right? That was very oversimplified. So I extremely encourage you to read his text. But all jokes aside, the point is that you are populating your own world, and so you need to look and see what's going on in the inside, because human beings don't realize it, but we are just walking examples of confirmation bias. All right, the problem is the missing link is that we forgot that we're doing it. We really have. And so I'm seeing this Ace of Swords wants to come in and just cut off those little coins from the tree. And it's cute because Spirit has brought a coin for you, the Ace of Coins for you, to get you started. Go ahead and put it in this boat. Yeah, we all want companionship. Yeah, we all want this. We all want that. Somebody here wants to have their radio show, their own podcast, their own talk show. It almost feels like you want to have a talk show. You want to be out there. You want to say who you are. You want to say what you mean and not face any problems or kickback. And they're like, yeah, but you got to get these swords out. And guess what? When we take the swords out of the boat, guess what? The boat starts to fail. The water starts coming up through the holes that were created. Then you have to call in something better, something new. So this is showing us that a lot of us are keeping ourselves with our low thoughts and low frequencies and low sense of self. We're keeping ourselves small. We're keeping ourselves in small boats, in small homes, in small whatever. And when you heal that, you're going to be forced to upgrade. So right now, if you're struggling to manifest something, it's because you still have work to do somewhere on the inside. Now, it's not because it may appear to you because the bank won't give me a loan, or no one trusts what I'm doing, or I don't have enough education. But if you're a real G, you understand energetically your frequency is creating a condition where now you can't find a bank loan. Now people don't trust you. Now, because the minute you clear this energy up, just like that, you'll walk down the street and people start noticing you. People bump into you. They cannot help but do so. Okay? It's energy. It's all energy. And I can't keep explaining it because there's no other way. At some point, these things do have to just be experienced. And once you do, you're like, oh, okay. Okay, I get it. Queen of Pants, cute. There, look how cute are they. All right, I already know this is the Page of Wands. Okay, now the Queen of Pentacles is coming out during week 4 of September, heading right into Libra season to remind us that everything that we need is already here. Love is already around us. The only thing that is blocking us is our ability to believe it and to see things for what they are. So when we call things in, we're going to get all, when we call and we try to make efforts in the world, we're going to get something, but the quality of what you get is going to be directly related to the quality of your beliefs, right? The mean vector of your beliefs, the average, what's going on, right? So you have to beef up a little bit. You have to start believing in the unbelievable to you, right? You have to start believing in that which you find at this moment to be unbelievable, because what Spirit has for you guys, and this was, I think, in the week 1 or week 2 reading, I can't remember, what Spirit has for you guys, they can't even really bring it to you, because you're so stuck on limitations and limited thoughts and beliefs and emotions and all of this, that the answer to your prayers will come. If they were to send it to you right now, you would dismiss it like, I can't do that. I can't be a doctor, not at this stage in the game. I can't be happily married, not after this long and what I've been through. You know, and I can't buy a house. Look at my credit, you know. All these things, Spirit is trying to put you in the position to receive what to you is right now inconceivable. And so that's what one of the weekly readings, I believe, was for this month. Put yourself into a position where you can start to perceive of the inconceivable. Now, no one expects you to jump from A to Z. You can start at A by starting to become more flexible in the way you do things. Start thinking outside of the box. If you would normally do this, ask yourself, why would I do this? Why can't I do that? And what stopped me from doing that before? What about the other? There's the other. So, right? Oh, I can't stand when my cousin says this, they're so that. Well, maybe what your cousin is saying may actually be of value. Are you open to it? Right? So Spirit is trying to expand the mind through people, but Spirit is trying to expand your mind right now, guys. And so that's the best way, by becoming flexible and allowing Spirit to move you through other people, opening yourself to understanding or trying to understand their experience without referencing your own. A lot of times we judge other people and their value or what they have to offer based on how it measures up against us. But that's kind of like a superiority complex, because what makes us the standard? Nothing. A lot of times Spirit's like, yo, I sent like 5 people to tell this guy or this gal that they need to move, or that blah 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 blah, and they just keep thinking they're better than these people, and they just push them away, they dismiss them. What am I going to do, right? Or they keep thinking they're worse than these people, and so instead of allowing themselves to be open to getting advice, they're pushing these people away. So you see, low self-worth. The opposite side of low self-worth is too much self-worth, and that's not real self-worth. That's no more real self-worth than too low self-worth. It's just two sides of the same coin, which is lack. That's it. 5 of pence, right? And so again, you can have that which is in your, I keep wanting to say wealth. See, you can have wealth. I wanted to say health and well-being, but they're just saying wealth. You can have, look how she's hugging him now. Oh, cute. But remember, when you're putting your intentions and you're calling things in for yourself, you're going to get wheat and you're going to get chaff, because inside of you, you have wheat and you have chaff. So you have to be able to separate the wheat from the chaff. And if you're too limited as a thinker, maybe you can't even get what Spirit really wants to send you, which is millet. Instead, you're using wheat and chaff, or maybe they want to send you apples, completely different. You can't even conceive of what is actually good for you. You're limiting yourself, and then on top of that, you're taking the chaff because you don't feel like you deserve wheat. So it's just a mess out here inside, right? So we've got to do better. And I don't know why I feel like somebody wants to learn about cards here, and so they're like, they're so funny, they're so cute. They're like, yeah, we did a Celtic cross, but you see how we're going in different ways because we're reading, we're just choosing to use a framework, but we're operating outside of the framework altogether. All right, so that's for somebody, at least one person here, and they're right. We're just rolling. We're just rolling right here. Yeah, we'll do this one. Thank you. 3 of Wands. Waiting. So I'm getting an energy, and see, my hands are like right here, so something's coming in, so I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm getting an energy. Yeah, something's gonna come in. Yeah, see, this is 3 of Wands. I was gonna say I'm getting an energy that something is coming for us. This is waiting for your ships to come in. There's something arriving for us soon. These feel like gifts. Okay, thank you. Yay, galactic message coming through. All right, thanks. They're saying that we're going to be getting a lot of gifts, galactic gifts coming from off planet for us. In fact, I'm kind of feeling it here. So it's coming in. Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, okay, they're channeling it in for you guys here. So they're like, go about your biz. We'll take care of it, which is great. Thanks, guys. Aw. So these energies that are coming in are actually coming, and they're like bouncing off my hand and becoming a little bit like my hand is a little bit like a prism, and they're becoming little rays of light, and they're shooting into each one of you, and it's cute because it kind of looks like this. There's a light source here, and it's all coming down. So please go ahead and receive it. You don't have to do anything. Just drink water. They're saying a lot of violet ray. A lot of the violet ray is coming in. Thank you. Okay. I'm getting that some... Oh, okay. They're saying there is some corrective procedures or surgery, right? Procedures done on the energetic level for somebody here, at least one person here, to correct a surgical procedure, a few surgical procedures that you had in the physical. Maybe part of that had to do with your back. Your back is featuring in some way. You may not necessarily have had surgery on your back, but I'm just getting here, or maybe that there's energy coming in and to your field, for you in particular, that is correcting that surgery that they did in the physical. They're making the corrections in the non-physical, which will give you a sense of relief, because it's almost like, yeah, we'll let the physical body do its thing and grow out, but the real deal is fixed up here. It's kind of like if someone gives you a bad manicure, and a bad pedicure, then it's like, we'll let it we'll let the toenail grow out, and then we'll just cut off the deal. It's kind of this energy. God is good. Yeah. They're highlighting shoes for somebody. I feel somebody has a lot of inflammation in the body. Who are you? A lot of inflammation in the body, to the point that you may actually have gained weight. You may be very sensitive to touch. They're saying yogurt could be a culprit for you. There's something about yogurt there, but there's inflammation going on for you. Okay, I'm just seeing you balloon up a little bit. You might know who you are, but when I look at your body, it looks like a lot of red, because that's the inflammation, right? And like a little balloon, like you're ballooning, right? So drink lots of water. Go really easy on yourself, whoever you are, because you're very sensitive to touch, like very sensitive. All right, I feel this. Okay, so you might know who you are. And they're saying honey. I don't know what honey's for, but I'm just going to say that for somebody here. And they're closing down the energies. Oh, they're so sweet. They're saying thank you for thank you for letting us come through with this. Oh, very sweet. Thank you, guys. Yeah, let us thank you. So thanks, guys. Remember when the Blue Avians came through in the September 2022 monthly reading? If you haven't checked that out yet, go ahead and check it out. They dropped some really great information. I was like, is that them? Was that you guys? Hey, maybe, who knows? But I just thought of them. They were like, Blue Avian, maybe. But they're very sweet. So if you haven't checked out the September 2022 monthly reading, please do go ahead and see. I like to go back and check collective readings that I look at the beginning of the month to see, like I like to check mid-month and towards the end also to see what's come true. And then I can always get insight into helping me navigate, because a lot of times the information may not have had a context when I first watched it, but now it certainly does, and it really helps me out. Okay, so the underlying energy right now for all of us is going to be walking away from something, but very importantly, your homework and your goal is not to go backward. Okay, when you're walking away from something, you walk away and you don't go backward. They're asking to talk about what stops us from going backward. What stops you from going backward is your ability to remember why you left in the first place. All right? You know the saying, an X is an X for a reason, but that goes for everything. An X activity is an X activity for a reason. An X person is an X activity. Yeah, it is still technically an X activity. You get it. So your yes to moving forward has to be strong enough. And in order for it to be strong enough, you have to kind of remember why you left in the first place. Okay, because remember what we saw here, there's a little bit of a waffling and the moving, don't get bored. Don't get bored. Don't try to call the other person in, for example. There's a reason why you left in the first place. And I'll tell you this, if you, for example, a lot of times, we see people in the twin flame community and in all kinds of communities and just in life, it's like, but this is my person, and this is, they very well could have been your person. They really could have been your person. But in this lifetime, they weren't designed to be your person in the way that you're believing they're supposed to be. Sometimes you meet up just to heal something, just to show you something, about yourself so that you can heal it. It's, if it's meant to last, it will. Now, we play different roles for each other all the time as we come down throughout the lifetimes. One day you'll be the dad, the next one you'll be the mom, next one you'll be the husband and the wife and the child, and so you have to understand, as we all continue to work together, and we, of course, our bond deepens, we love each other, we grow close together, and we agree to take on certain roles when we come down. But that role is kind of, it's a role, it's a contract. So that's what you have to play. So maybe, you were married in another lifetime, and maybe there is something there, and you feel it, you both feel it, but for whatever reason, it's not panning out in this lifetime. Well, because you have contracts. You have soul contracts to do. And then sometimes it's because maybe you're not seeing it for what it is or for what it was. You have stuff that you have to heal. And, so there are many reasons why we come to believe certain things. But you have to remember that if there's real love there in a romantic way, I'm talking about romance right now, then you have to trust that it'll be there when this lifetime is done and when work is done. If you're so believing that you're totally married somewhere else, then guess what? You'll be back together after this lifetime is done. Don't call that end too soon. It could be now, it could be tomorrow, or it could be when you're 90. And you just pray and you just send that love and just buckle down and keep going, I guess. And so that's what this is. And it doesn't mean that the other person's not thinking about you, trust me, but sometimes it's, the way it is, and it's so painful, but you really want to move forward. Look at the Three of Pentacles, working together, collaborating. That's what the Three of Pentacles is. It's about working together and collaborating to build something. But look, there's only one person in here. And so, like I said, sometimes you're working together with all sorts of people, and we feel them, you feel them, you think about them, and you know that because their energy will come in and you're like, oh my God, I'm thinking about them already. Yeah, because sometimes they're thinking about you. The energy is traveling there, and just because you guys aren't knocking on each other's doors or whatnot doesn't mean that there's no thinking, right? But you have to, let's beat this game. Let's beat this game. And the game is to keep moving. Star card. Love it. Now, let's talk about this energy coming up, and let's draw a card. Okie dokie pokles. We can totes do that. This energy that's coming through here, it's kind of like I'm tapping into a lot of frustration, exhaustion from a lot of us. And of course, whoa, did you see that? It wants to, okay, I don't know where to turn to, but I don't even know what that card is. We'll check in a second. But, Spirit is saying conditions have to be right. The conditions have to be right. So they're kind of going back to like this energy, like, wow, I was right with this person and it never popped off, or like we were totally focused on other people at the time and then we finally got together, just never. Yeah, the conditions have to be right. And sometimes the conditions aren't right for a reason. Maybe an opportunity was missed. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe it was designed that way. Who knows? Our spirits make choices for different reasons, and a lot of us, if we're still in shadow, we can miss these opportunities when they come to us. This is not to reignite any trauma or any pain or any longing or whatever, especially once you've finally gotten a chance to get out of that and really move forward. It's to acknowledge, number one, that it's not the end. There are always opportunities in the future, right? In the future, meaning beyond this lifetime, obviously. And then number two, it's a little bit of a learning lesson. We just have to do our best to trust that where we are is where we're supposed to be, and to trust that if there was real love, or if there is real love, or there's something really that's there between the two of you, that it will always be there and it can't go away. And if you want to think about it in a certain type of way, you can just think, oh my God, we're at work and we can't be together because we're at work right now, and that's it. Or it's weird because as I'm saying this, I'm feeling a lot of emotions come up, and I know obviously there is meaning for me, but there's also meaning for some of you watching this as well, because you have these feelings too, right? But it's like, oh, this earthly incarnation, think of it as work, and we're not supposed to be together right now, or maybe we took different paths. Whatever it is, we're here and we got to commit to the path that's here. And sometimes the frustration comes in the waiting, right? But also, let's talk about, generally speaking, the waiting to have something wonderful happen in general. A lot of you are waiting for that moment where you feel like you're finally home, or that moment when you feel like you're finally loved, or that moment when you feel like you're finally successful, or that moment when you finally achieve that thing that you're working towards. In the meantime, it's like, ugh, come on. And so that's why Spirit is saying the conditions need to be right. Okay, and the conditions are right. Look at this, the Queen of Keys in the reverse. Yeah. Here we are talking about somebody, and it's just, why did I turn her back over? Talking about somebody and wanting it to be that person, or wondering why it never panned out. Maybe it could have if we, maybe, right? But right now, and probably for the rest of this lifetime, this is the next life kind of thing now. It's just what it is, and we are what we are and where we are for a reason. And and that goes with opportunities. So the conditions have to be right in the sense that Spirit works in certain ways. All right, we'll just put it that way. If it didn't pan out, whether it's a job or whatnot, then there's something else for you. Look at this. There's something else for you. Five of Wands. Why? This is Five of Wands is conflict, right? But I just heard financial conflict. Okay, but it's really looking at conflict in general. It could be internal. So some of you may be actually having some type of financial conflict or conflict of some sort, right? Yeah. Look at this. You see, on track, Buddha prepares. So wherever you are right now, just trust that you are where you need to be. And sometimes we can't have what it is that we think we want, or we can't have who we think we want because, again, the conditions aren't right. And we also know that down the line, we don't know, but maybe, what if that person is not scheduled to be alive for as long as you need them to be, to have, or what if that person is, can't bear kids or just something, and your soul chart, for your learning, you need to have the kid, right? So we don't know, or even if you don't know and they don't know, but they're going to get a job that takes them around the world and you can't go. So spirit, there are a lot of moving parts, and so the best thing we can do, as I said earlier, is to be as flexible as possible every day. Be open, ideologically open, setting your intentions to be moved. Learn from your mistakes, right? And use wisdom, and always remember that you're on track. You may not be with the person that, like, you wonder could it have been, or you may not, you may not have the job that you always wanted, whatever it is, but you have to understand that there's joy around every corner, and wherever you are, things will come to you. Your main thing is to make sure that you're vetting all of the people, places, things, situations, and ideas that come for you. So make sure that you are having discernment, because you will attract. But what you attract, it's your responsibility to assess the quality of it and to decide. Here's the Ace of Swords coming in to try to help with that decision, and to decide whether this is something you want to move forward with or something you would like to release, because it's not in your highest interest. Be mindful, though, that when you have something good, you want to have gratitude. And when we're in a space of gratitude, it makes us more likely to hold on to the things that are good for us than to let them slip away. And that's because we're thankful for it. And part of being thankful and sticking to what you have and committing is about not looking into the past and not going back into the past. All right? So anyway, I hope that didn't get a little too off. Sometimes I feel like I'm all over the place, but then I think the narrative is just, it's perfect for whoever the message is for. So yeah, now I'm sad. Okay. No sadness, guys. We're just focusing. Let's pull one more card. Wait, what time is it? Is this even not still on? Okay. Oh my God, 51 minutes, 51 seconds. There you go. There you go. Not making it up. All right. One more card. Uriel. Reminds me of Ariel. Remember Sebastian? Anyway, Uriel and the Sphinx. Let's see what this has to do. What's the message here? When I see this card, it just, you know what they're saying to end this transmission today? Thanks, guys. They're saying, no matter what you do, you will always stay on track if you really do your best to live a life that you're proud of. Okay? Live a life that you can look back on and say, you know what? I'm really proud of myself. I could have gone there, but I didn't. I could have done that, but I didn't. I could have really done this and I didn't. Or, wow, I didn't even have to do that, but I accomplished it. And I thought about it, and I pushed myself, and I pulled this off, and I don't understand. And right? So look at the things that you did well and be proud of it, is what the guides are saying with this. From this perspective, you will never know all that you need to know about that person, about that event, about what happened, about you, and about whatever. You're not going to be able to know, because guess what? Your human brain can't comprehend it anyway. It's just, you're trying to understand non-physical, non-linear concepts with a very linear, very limited, very conditioned mind, very blocked energy field. So we're doing our best and knowing that because we have those things, we should let ourselves off the hook and just trust. I may not see where my foot lands, but I'm going to do my very best to take steps that make me proud. And I can be proud in that, not because of where it landed, that's always a plus, but because of what went into it. Look how I just felt to make this all nice and pretty now with the Ace of Swords. Yeah, because of what went into it. I put a lot of thought into it. I put a lot of effort into it. I put a lot of compassion, a lot of love, and maybe it didn't turn out that I wanted, but I could look back and I know that I tried, and I can look back and say that my heart and mind were in the right place. And that's what I need. That's where I'm at. So right now, a nice place for us to start putting it, especially during this time, is within. Start looking at how we are not as bad as we think we are. Oh, one more card wants to come in. What are you? Aw, loving elementals. Cute. Look how they're just loving. 1, 2, 3. They're just loving that baby. Super cute. Yeah, so, yeah, because you'll be back here again, or whatever planet you plan to go to next time. Oh, you'll be back here. Nice one, guys. Nice one. But anyway, yes, so I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to thank all of our teammates, our guides, our angels, everything, each other. And wow, I already feel some of the beings leaving. Wait, I wasn't done. They're like, wrap it up. Okay. So funny. Anyway, thank you to everybody. And if you guys would like to have a personal reading with me, you know where to find me. If you'd like to have a healing session with me, you know where to find me. Look, I haven't moved. Okay, I do move a lot, but I have not moved channels. My website is always the same. You know where to find me. And until then, mwah, have the best time during this week, and stay tuned for the Moon in Libra, new Moon in Libra reading coming up soon as well. All right, if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out. Mwah. Bye.